Okay, and so I'm freezing today. So I've got extra layers. I've got my yoga pants on, and then I've got sweatpants over my yoga pants, and I'm leaving my socks on to begin with, which is something I will tell you always to not do because you want to feel that connection with the earth. But it is so cold here that I just can't stand it. So this is one of those instances as do as I say, not as I do. And we're going to start standing today because I want us to build some heat in the body so that if we have socks on, we can take these socks off. So we're going to start with what is lovingly referred to sometimes as chi slapping. And I was reminded of this. This is something that we used to do in my yoga teacher training at the beginning of our yoga circles. So we're going to start like this. So we're going to start on our thighs. So just like Girl Scouts, we're going on a bear hunt. We're going on a bear hunt, right? And you go all the way down your legs. Now go up the inside of your legs. And then down the outside of your legs. Up the outside of your legs, around your belly. Up your chest, one side of the arm. And then the other side of the arm as you come back and then switch hands. We're going to go across the other side. And then back over the other side. Come back to the chest, go back down the belly, back down the front of the thighs, down the legs, up the inside of the legs, down the outside of the thighs, up the outside of the thighs, back up the belly, back up the chest, back down the arm, back down the arm the other way, and then over the other side. And then over the chest. Let's go up the neck, up the cheeks, up the forehead, up the top of the head. And then bring your hands together overhead and then draw your hands into heart center. Take a big deep breath in. Feel that energy. Maybe you built a little heat in the body. Full breath in, let it out nice and slow. Another big deep breath in. Let it out. We're going to stay standing. We're going to keep that energy moving. We're just going to let our arms go back and forth. You can just let them be heavy and just kind of like ragdoll hit the sides of the body. If it feels right, you can go a little faster if that feels right to you, but it might not. So find that just that place of equanimity that feels good. And then come back to center. So roll our shoulders back. Let's keep rolling those shoulders around. And then move the other direction. Then we're going to take the right arm across over the neck. And switch sides, left arm. And then we're going to take arms up and we're going to take them overhead. We're going to take hold of the right elbow with the left hand. And your hand, you're going to reach down your back as you lift up. And switch sides, taking hold of the left elbow with the right hand. And release your hands. Now let's come down onto our mat. Hopefully we've all warmed up a little bit. Wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Drop your belly, lift your heart, look up. Pull your belly button towards the ceiling, round your back. Just moving in and out of cat-cow. Wiggle around as much as you need to. Linger wherever you might need to linger. I'm moving my hips from side to side here in this cat, trying to get into extra spaces. And now I'm going to stay in this cat tuck, and I'm just going to drop my hips over to the right as far as they'll go. Just lingering there, exploring to see what type of stretch you can get. And then staying in that cat tuck, coming back to center, dropping your hips far over to the left. And then come back to center, staying in tabletop position. So in today's practice, I want to invite you to not take things seriously, to be playful, to have a little fun. I'm going to take my socks off now. So if you are still wearing socks, you can take them off too. If you'd like, you don't have to. But, one of the biggest practices for me in yoga is to see where I am stuck, right? Not just in my body, but in my mind. And often I just take myself too damn seriously. And sometimes I take the yoga practice too damn seriously. It's not that serious, it's just yoga. So tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Come high up on your toes, lift your hips, press your heels back and down. Pedal your feet. Shake your head no, nod a yes. Where can we get a little bit more playful on the mat? In life, in our thoughts. Float your right leg up towards the ceiling, press out through your heel. Bend your knee, try to kick yourself in the behind. Lift, 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 lift that knee up. Straighten the right leg out, bring it back and down. Now float the left leg up, press out through your heel. Bend your knee, try to kick yourself in the behind. Lift, lift, lift. Straighten the leg back out, bring that foot down, realign your downward facing dog. Take your weight forward, coming into plank, core is engaged, belly lifted. You don't have to do your plank with a scowl on your face. You can drop your knees down if you want to, you can lift those up, but keep the core engaged, keep the belly lifted, breathe your way in. Keep breathing. Now, why are we hanging out here in plank? Well, there's that answer of strong bodies make strong minds, and we're building the core of our being, but also because it's kind of fun, and because I'm still cold and it's building the heat, so breathe. I know it's building the heat in you too. Check in, hug in. Now lower down, knees, chest and chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, take it back down, diggity dog, take it back. Look forward between your hands, step or hop to the top of the mat. Lengthen through, fold. Inhale, arms lift up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms sweep up or reach high, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway, fold. Now, in this playfulness, if you normally step back, I want you to plant your hands. I want you to hug your knees and your feet in together. Engage your core and hop. Just try it, just hop back to plank. Now, lower down, knees, chest, and chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Take it back. Maybe you just tried something new. Maybe you tried something you haven't done in a while. Maybe you do it all the time. If you normally hop, try stepping. Switch it up. Look forward between your hands, step or hop to the top of the mat. So if you're hopping, it's helpful to bring your feet together, engage your core, hug your legs in, come up onto your toes, bend your knees, up, forward, fold. Inhale, lift up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms sweep up, reach high, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway, and fold. Plant your hands, step, hop, or float, take it back. Core is engaged, belly lifted, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, down, diggity dog. Look forward, step, hop, or float to the top of the mat. Lengthen through, fold. Inhale, lift up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms sweep up, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway. Fold, plant your hands, take it to plank any way you'd like. Core is engaged, belly lifted, hold your plank. Now, can you lower down and hover? Press up, lower down and hover. Press up. One more, lower down and hover. Press up, take it back, down, diggity dog. Now, float your right leg up towards the ceiling. Press out through your heel. Like I said, we are gonna be playful today. Bend your knee, try to kick yourself in the behind. Lift your knee up a little higher. Drop your left heel down. Now, you can hang out right here, or if you want to play, really press into your left hand. As you drop your right foot back, lift up. Woo! This is called wild thing. Do the wild thing. Lifting up, unwind, reach that right leg back up, bring the foot down, realign your downward facing dog. Now float your left leg up towards the ceiling. Press out through your heel. Bend your knee, try to kick yourself in the behind. Lift the knee a little higher. Now, pour weight into the right hand. Drop the left foot down, wild thing on this side. Woo, lift up, breathe. Connect with your breath, it's all about the breath. Lift, lift, lift. And come back to three-legged dog, lift that leg back up. Bring the foot down, realign your downward facing dog. Woo! It's not as hard as it looks. If you tried it, you know. Breathe. Look forward, step or hop to the top of the mat. Lengthen through, fold. Inhale, lift up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bend your knees, Utkatasana, chair, sit back deep. Can you sit back a little bit more? So you can see my chest is bulging out, right? We don't want to do that. So all we have to do is drop our tailbone, sit back a little deeper, fold. Inhale, halfway. Fold, plant your hands, step for hop, back to plank, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Take it back. Float the right leg up towards the ceiling. Draw your knee in, step through, high runner's lunge. We're gonna stay up on the toes of the back foot, sweep your arms up. Breathe your way in. Front knee over top of your ankle. Check in with your breath. Steady the breath. Bring your hands together at heart center and twist to your right. Left elbow, right thigh. Back to center. Arms reach up. Find equanimity. Now open your arms up, right arm back, left arm forward. Woo. Breathe. Hug in. Windmill your hands to the top of the mat. Step back to plank. Ooh, it's, you know you're working when plank feels like a break. Hug in. Now, can you lower down and hover? Press up, lower down and hover. Press up, one more, lower down and hover. Press up, press back, down, diggity dog, take it back. Left leg lifts up, reach high. Press out through your heel, draw your knee in, step through. High runner's lunge. Find your balance, arms lift up. Check in. Don't take yourself seriously here. If you fall over, it's fine. It's kind of fun, actually. Bring your hands together at heart center. Twist to the left this time. Right elbow, left thigh. Breathe. Now come back to center. Keep those legs anchored in, arms lift up. Right arm forward, left arm back. Hug in towards the midline. Pull that belly in, hug it in. Woo, you got this. Windmill your hands to the top of the mat, step back to plank. Hold your plank. Can you come down onto your forearms? Hug in. Let's march our feet. Right leg lifts, right foot down. Left leg lifts, left foot down. Right up, right down. Right, left up, left down. Up, down. Up, down. Just march your toes. You got this. Keep marching. Bet we're all warm now. All right, press up to plank. Press back down, diggity dog. Take it back. Feel that heat building, that's energy moving through the body. It's clearing things out. It's waking things up. Breathe. Look forward, step or hop to the top of the mat. Lengthen through. Uttanasana, fold it forward. Now let's bring our feet hip distance apart. If they're not already there, take hold of your elbows, hang or rock from side to side. Let it all go. Release your hands down outside of your feet. Deep bend in your knees. Ragdoll up. Lift your shoulders up into your ears. Relax your shoulder blades down your back. I'll have you know I'm regretting like the 6 pieces of cheese I ate earlier today. Yeah, like I said, not taking myself too seriously today. Inhale, arms lift up, reach up, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway, and fold. Plant your hands, take it to plank. Core is engaged, belly lifted, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Check in. Down dog. If you're kind of new to yoga, I promise you down dog becomes a resting pose. Float your right leg up, lift up, draw your knee and step through Virabhadrasana 1 this time. So plant your back heel down, arms lift up. Open Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Front knee over top of that ankle. How much length can you find? Can you draw your shoulder blades back and down? Palms face up, palms face down. Bring your right hand to your thigh, or you can bring it down to a block or the mat. Find what feels best in your body. Top arm lifts up. Press into your feet, arms lift up. Straighten your front leg, Trikonasana, triangle. Like I said, this is my favorite. I think I live for tree pose. So really check in with your front knee. You might not be able to see it, but I do have a micro bend in my knee, so I'm not locking that knee back. I'm engaging the leg, slight micro bend. And what I'm doing is I'm shooting my hips back. I'm spiraling my chest open towards the ceiling, and I'm reaching through the top of the head. Press into your feet, arms lift up. Bend your front knee, palm of the front hand face up. Exalt your warrior, reach back, windmill your hands to the top of the mat. Step back to plank, lower down, chaturanga. Upward and downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up, reach high. Draw your knee in, step through, Virabhadrasana 1 on this side. Lift those beautiful arms up. Core is engaged, belly lifted. Open your arms, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Move into extended side angle, either the forearm to the thigh or down on the mat. Top arm lifts up. Press into your feet, arms lift up. Straighten that front leg. Trikonasana, triangle. Press into your feet, arms lift up. Bend your front knee, palm of the front hand face up. Exalt your warrior, reach back. Windmill your hands to the top of the mat. Step back to plank. Hold your plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Upward. Let that low back relax and release before we take it to downward facing dog. I really want you to engage your legs, lift your knees up off the mat, gaze over your left shoulder towards your back legs. Hug in towards your midline. Come back to center with your head, with your face facing towards the front of the mat. Then gaze over your right shoulder. Gaze back towards your toes. Keep engaging your legs. Look forward, drop your knees, push your hips to your heels. Bring your forehead down on the mat. Take a big breath in. Let it out. Big deep breath in. Let it out. Walking your hands back. Shift your weight to one side. Bring your legs out in front of you. All right. Legs straight out in front of you. Move the flesh of the sit bones away. Settle in. I like to jiggle around. All right, so from here, hands come down on either side of your hips, Dandasana, staff pose. So pressing into your hands, lengthen up through the top of your head. Core is engaged, belly lifted here, right? So what this is a preparation for is like lifting up. So eventually those jumps, maybe someday we jump through, float through to seated. Yeah. It's helpful. Keep lifting up, engage the core. Now, the other thing that we could do is we could, if you've got books or blocks nearby, put the blocks down on either side of your hips. Hands come directly underneath your shoulders. Lift up, so you're lifting up now. Then you can lift one leg up off the mat. Draw those hips back as you lift the leg up. Bring the foot down. Opposite leg lifts up. Bring that foot down. Let's try that again. One more on each side. Lift the right leg up. And down. Other side, up and down. Woo! Keeps that heat building, right? Move the blocks off to one side. Move the flesh of the sit bones away once again. Inhale, arms lift up. Fold forward. Walk your hands back. All right, bend the left knee, left foot to the inner right thigh. Now, what happens is our hips take us forward, right, like from where we are. And so what I want you to do is I want you to think about twisting those hips towards the right leg. Toes of the right foot engaged, pull back towards the body. All right, inhale, arms sweep up. Twist that torso then as well. Fold over the right leg. Janu Shirasana. Walking the hands back, switch sides, extend your left leg out, right knee bends, right foot into the left thigh, toes of the left foot point towards the body. Now, right, our hips are towards an angle. Inhale, arms lift up, twist to the left. Leg is engaged, fold forward. Walking the hands back. All right, we're gonna bend both knees, bring both feet back towards the body. Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. Right, the further away from you the feet are, the more space you have in those hip flexors, the closer in they are, the harder it is. Lengthen through the top of your head. Draw the shoulder blades back and down. Drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Come back to center. Right ear to right shoulder. I don't know about you, but my shoulders have been trying to live in my ears. Too much computer time. Come back to center. Now press your feet together. Lengthening up. You can begin to hinge forward, coming forward, just hinging at your hips. So not rounding the back yet, just hinging and coming forward to wherever you come. Wherever you are is exactly where you need to be. And then if you'd like, you can round the back, coming forward a little bit more. Lifting up, bring your hands to your knees, gently draw your knees together. Okay, walk your feet out just a bit. Now we're gonna come from this posture. We're gonna reach our hands forward. We're gonna come back onto our back. Slowly, slowly, slowly draw your knees into your chest. Lift your head, lift your tailbone, turn into a little ball. Exhale your head down. Rock it out, rock it all out. All right. We're skipping our core today. Now, just do a little core after we hang up, after we get off this Zoom. It'll be like the icing on the cake. All right, so from here, knees on either side of your, or feet on either side of your mat. Center yourself in the middle. Open your arms out wide like a T. Let your knees fall to the right as you gently turn your head left. Ooh, sink in. Like honey melting into your tea. Lift your knees up to center, let them fall over to the other side as you gently turn your head the opposite direction. Lift your knees up to center, extend your legs out on the mat, make your way into Shavasana. Arms come down at your sides, palms face up, open to receive, relaxing into this place. Do whatever you need to do to get as cozy and comfortable as possible. Soften. Let go. If any thoughts come to mind, just imagine them like big, puffy clouds floating in, floating right back out. When you're ready, deepen your next inhalation. Take a big breath in, let it out. Bring small movements to your toes and to your fingers. Maybe move your head from side to side. Slowly, carefully, bend your knees. Bring your feet to the mat. Roll to the right side, pausing there for just a moment. Honoring the transition out of the practice as much as we honor the practice itself. And pushing yourself up to a nice, comfortable seated position, eyes closed, hands at heart center. We'll close our practice today with one loud Om, remembering that an Om is like an Ah, O, sound. When we Om is said to be the vibration of the universe, the vibration of all things everywhere. When we Om, we are connecting to everything and everyone. Take a big, deep breath in. Yoga will teach you so much about yourself. It will help you become flexible in mind, in body, and spirit. For that, I am truly grateful. Thank you so much for coming to class today. Namaste. Good work, everyone.